Kwesi was just waiting for that Lumba track. Big Hills inside Adenta. Steven Jampo Koforidia. Malik in Adenta. And Gridco. Abafo Dia Ajimai. Sir William Bab Watin. Ajiman Joseph Community 9. Francis in Accra representing. Fake from Tough Mat. Enox Adu from the Uwekuyape. Saberima and Sasa Sreku Manfe. Me Kojo from Tema Newtown. The Canadians are here. Yogi and family greetings. Houston. Manuel Houston from Germany. Laurentia Ashley Latte Nungwa. Nana Kwesi. This is the way I frown my face, eh? Vivian from Lashibi. Obaya from Community 9. Thomas Nyamiye Ando from Tema Community 5. Nana Yao Samodia II. Nana Yao Samodia II. The great SONA blood. I have met paramount chiefs in my life. But this guy is an enigma. The great SONA blood. Has tuned in. We are privileged to have him listen to the opinion today. Sibido in Texas. Eugenia Sintimedi, ever faithful, ever sure. Dr. Cynthia Tego, sweet sister Ariel Entry, Dr. Odro Assign, Lawyer Martin Pebu. Ben Dunyame is representing. Emmanuel Houston indeed has been a long time. Say now, Bloy. One day we have to do a show about him. Folks, I drove an electric car to work today. You know, I think one week we need to talk about electric cars and, fuel-driven cars. I was kind of impressed with this car. Electric car, can you imagine? We definitely need to do a show on electric cars. Sena Bloy went to Presec. Evans Komla Devo Aristo in Koforidia. Says, what car did you drive? It's called XOPERA. XOPERA. Zopira? Zopira, I think. Very well spec'd. Folks, playtime is over and we start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And I'll say that again. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansakwao IV, chief of the only republic within the republic. I don't know, maybe some power one day will say the republic. But for now, dear, the only republic within the republic, Akwamu Edumasa. And I say thank God it's Monday. Another beautiful day indeed, and a beautiful month to be a Ghanaian, the month of March. And to top it all off, we have gathered here to perform radio's finest ritual. A ritual I call That's My Opinion. It's only on Joy 99.7 FM every Monday or Mondays at this time. And our topic today, folks, Ghana's birthday gift. Ghana's birthday gift. Let us all gather and make truth good. Folks, for those of you who have listened, like the likes of Nana Kwesi, the lives of Malik, Eugenius, Intimedi, and the host of you who tune in all the time. I have questioned, or maybe let's say we have questioned the relevance of the way we celebrate Independence Day. And for many years we have. Sometimes we even question if indeed we are independent at all. How independent are we since we depend on aid for basically everything? Most of the things just to top up, to survive year in, year out, we depend on the benevolence of other countries. And yet, we celebrate our independence as though we were truly independent. I have wondered what it is that we are marching past. Folks, I have wondered what it is that we are marching past. What is worth our children collapsing for? We have been marching past failures, march past hardship, inflation, currency flop, march past dishonesty, the loss of state enterprises that were bequeathed us. We march past heartbreak. Then we pay a hefty bill for the privilege. Now, I may be wrong, folks. I may be wrong. Maybe I may be too conservative or old-fashioned, I don't know. But I think, folks, you should be marching past military might, march past future innovation, growth, march past current glory. The amount of people you have lifted from poverty, into comfort living. The amount of people you have moved from the roadside sleeping rough into reasonable accommodation. The amount of people you've given jobs to, sustainable jobs to, the quality of lives that you have provided. You march past things like that. However, folks, it's two sides to every coin. So in spite of our woes, maybe we can march past that. Hey, see at TBA cry, we still have peace. We still have traditional and religious harmony. So if all is lost, maybe we should just march past our peace and our religious harmony. But certainly not at these prices. Folks, certainly not at these prices. So when I heard the news that the celebration had been scaled down, I was excited. These are the radical moves that inspire change. These are the optics that bring people together. If you don't have money to pay for medication and essential basics, if your mothers are giving birth on corridors because the hospital is full up, and then you spend the same millions that could have bought beds and giving quality health, spend that millions to march past your indebtedness, you should be questioned. The same millions that you could have provided our mothers to have good health care and good birthing places, if you use that money to march past your indebtedness, we have to be questioned. Folks, at least until we are 70, which I think maybe in 3 years' time, we should scale it down even further and start our reset. Change our fortunes round drastically. But for now, folks, we shall accept the scale down as one of our birthday gifts. Folks, another issue that we have talked about, maybe complained about, is the lack of intentional and deliberate. The lack of intentional and deliberate. We cannot build a nation based on guesswork. Every move we make has to be deliberate and intentional and purposeful. Not only for votes or for popularism. We don't have that luxury. We have very little room for mistakes as we stand. Our hopes in democracy, our disappointment from politics is at a crescendo. We are all on tenterhooks waiting to see. Little room for mistakes now. But the most important thing, folks, is the buy-in of all of us. We also can't afford to say that we're sitting down and watching. We can't afford it. But for us all to buy in, we must see prudence. Folks, we must see prudence like yesterday. So before the new appointees get used to the trappings of power and the trappings and the enjoyment or benefits that come with it, they must be warned. They must be warned. The optics must be right. Because agronomy, the president says 2 heads are better than 1. So let all the big brains come together and set a path for our recovery. Once that is done, that's where the real work begins. All these appointees and people who've got the privileges to serve buy into this dream. This is a point where sometimes, as difficult as it sounds, you can't see me. We are all dying. Our roads, our debt, everything affects us. So somehow, we should all be in together to bring the idea on the table for recovery. Folks, in 2007, thereabout, there was the 2057 budget. Honorable Ban Redu, God bless his soul. 2019, there was Ghana at 100. Then the Senchi Forum. Now the economic dialogue. Now, folks, I'm not one for reinventing the wheel. But today, I felt a sense of positive desperation. I saw a man on a legacy hunt. He's been in, he's been out, now he's in. And he wants to go out in style. He wants to be remembered for healing the nation, plugging the holes, and setting us on the right path. Folks, when it is all done, when all the appointees buy into this dream and see this desperation, we shall accept this too as our present. And this one is I care. I hear say, but I haven't seen any physical thing yet. But I'm told that the chief of staff is going to issue either a statement or issue a plea or something to ask community leaders that after the president's message on the 6th of March, we should all clean up. Again, right here on this show, we have said time and again that cleaning up will be one good present for this country. And so if it is true, I say it's very welcome and very encouraged. So if Julius is going to issue something like that or ask a plea, say no credit, I say it's very welcome and it's in order because we need to clean up. Peel off posters. There are just one too many posters stuck on every single surface in this city and most cities. Take down signposts right at junctions so that you get to the junctions and you cannot even tell if there's hazards approaching because Obiafu's between the signboard. Put kiosk right at the junction. You can't see cars coming. Clear it up. I'm told the chief of staff is going to ask the district assemblies and municipal assemblies to clear these things up, tidy up. Now, there's one thing about cleanliness, and it works like magic. Folks, I mean, a simple example is you go to any clean mall or any clean office. The chances of you, leaving litter or something on the floor is very difficult because but then you go to another place and there's litter there, and then you're also tempted to just continue to litter. So there's something about cleanliness that just gets your mind and your thinking clean. There's something about tidiness that just gets your humanness, at top game. So Chief of Staff, if we have to clean, just tell us to clean and how to clean, and make sure that if we're cleaning, there are trucks there to come and collect the rubbish, not that we'll get the rubbish from the drain, leave it on the side and wait for the rain to push it back in there. Work done zero. Folks, before I go to the phones, I personally think the biggest present that currently Mother Ghana would need will be family planning. If we do all our cost cutting, we do all our economic planning, all these big brain thinkers come together and put up all these things, and we don't sell the idea of healthy reproduction, we are wasting our time. Folks, we are wasting our time. But it's still a very scary subject. Nobody wants to go there. But if citizens producing do not far exceed the citizens consuming, we are not going anywhere. And it looks like that's what is happening. The consuming side of citizenship is really growing, and the production side is minimizing. So we are overtaxing those who are producing. We are squeezing blood out of them only to fund pro-poor interventions. Yes, by all means, we have to reach out to the poor. But we must reduce the poor so that the burden reduces. And so if we're going to do all these planning, but just allow people to give birth without the sense of proper family planning, and we must as well just forget it, because you're not going anywhere. And I've said it again, the reason why schools are getting filled up, the reason why hospital beds are getting filled up, the reason why there's always the need for some social building intervention somewhere, is because the population is growing fast. So I'm not saying reduce the population. No, I'm just saying slow down the growth. Slow down the growth. And I hope to God that within this economic dialogue, they are going to factor in the growth of the population. Because otherwise, who are you planning for? Now that hasn't been wrapped up yet. That is not on our birthday gift yet. But I am saying it will be a beautiful birthday gift for us, because that will set us on the path of growth, of richness, of prosperity. And then the icing on the cake will be enrichment of our culture. The icing on our birthday cake is the enrichment of our culture. But you may want another birthday present. You may want to agree with me. You may want to disagree with me. It's 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. Talk to me. Birthday gift, and I am so much in trouble. I am so much in trouble. Kwesi in Dodoa. Oops. Hello.
Anna,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm leaving you.
That's why I say I'm in so much trouble.
My dear. I'm leaving you, pa. I'm not happy at all.
Oh, because you be happy, I'm here. No, because you be happy, I'm here. Sure.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm talking about Ghana's birthday gift.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I've always been one of the people who say we waste so much money on unnecessary things. Yes, we can celebrate, but it has to make sense. We can't say that we are a poor country, yet we spend like we are some first class rich country on things that does not really bring anything back. Do you understand? So I'm one of the people who are really happy, who is really happy about how the president has taken it this time, and I hope that going forward, it doesn't go back to factory settings, but rather it keeps reducing because these figures solves a lot of things. These figures that is involved in this whole match pass things, it solves a lot of issues, a lot of very important issues. So I hope going forward it reduces. As for the family planning, you see, Nanami, I agree with you. Okay, see, people are giving birth like crazy, and me, I have my own issues with it, and I have close people who who are in the same boat. And when I say, they keep telling me that Nyame nefe nipa, hey, Nyame nefe nipa, where did you see God? You are here, you can't even feed the few children that you have, and you keep giving birth more, and the resources is not even growing. The whole country's resources is not even growing to meet up with how fast we are increasing in number. It's still the same things that the increase is fighting over. Okay? And in most cases, some of these people, it's like their income very little. And yes, they give it like crazy. And after that, the result to some of us are we are cutting our cloth according to our size. The result to us to come and assist them in taking care of their children. If I wanted to take care of 4 children, come here 4. Me pay me once a month, and my own meeting. So why don't you also do the same thing, so that the burden of also going to government for some of this assistance will also reduce? But I don't know where we are going with this. And also with the death issue, Nana, if you ask me, I fight with people every day. I'm saying that, see, if we don't have any legislation whatsoever with the existing ones that sort of charge people, especially in our various markets, then I think we should start having something like that. Nana, it's very simple. Let's make it this way. You are in the market and you are selling. So your banner say why if you are more the environment, you have a fee that you pay. Nana, do you understand? It's your bar this section. Your banner high if you say it could be something 1 year or be like a senior. So what will happen is that they will start policing each other. Obi twe mu no so drop here. Ombema nipa na fa because Ghana for yen basic here. Do you understand? We should get here because let's say on 7 December, like you said, it's alleged maybe there will be an announcement of cleaning. When we finish and then what? It still go back to how it is. We should get to a point where we have to be forced. If we can't beat us in line, then some of these things will work. And Zoom Lion too. Them today is what they are one of my problems. You get contracts from government, so much money, yet which money and one left and right. Sometimes they will claim that's a fee shampoo Madina and I use Madina every day. The whole place is smelling. Not ball as sumo. And then sometimes you see convoy, whoever is coming, rain near the Nambola and Zoom Lion for I don't know when as and which days they come in. They will come and logo all these ballers and they will take it away. And the moment they logo them, then you see them, it starts piling up again. So now we should get all these people on that stretch, especially Madina. Shop so only we should get to the point where ye banner say fee waha. Na say ye man so now so Zoom Lion ya pra na say was say there should be some sanctions, Nana. This is where the intentionality comes in, where I agree. There should be some sanctions. Zoom Lion a baller cannot be there and Zoom Lion will come and take it as and when they want. And the place is smelling. And this is where we should go to. We should apply this everywhere in La Paz, where all the markets. And let's see. Why you are crying, but you see how the whole country will start be clean. Because the next person in the shop, rubber into one, ball into one.
Nana, medase. Let me go to the United States and speak to Kwabena. Hello, Ojam.
Hello, Nana.
Sorry,
Nana,
yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry to say I vehemently disagree with you.
Let me hear.
I'm sorry to say that.
Let me hear your disagreement.
You don't need any birthday present or gift on the 5th March.
Uh-huh.
And this concept of, especially the NDC, having the concept of coming to power empty-handed is not acceptable. That is turning democracy on its head.
I don't get what do you mean by empty-handed?
Yeah, because you deceive the people. Listen, Nana, with all due respect, when you go to the ballot box, when you go into the box and you want to thumbprint, you believe the person you are thumbprinting has a set of ideas that you talked about.
Yeah.
The set of ideas and the solutions to Ghana's woes, Ghana's socio-economic problems. That's when you come in. On the Thursday, he hits the floor running, the ground running, and start implementing his ideas. You don't come into power and organize the economic forum. It doesn't happen in North America. It doesn't happen in Europe. Neither does it happen in Asia. It's only in Ghana that it happens. It means John Mahama and the NDC, they have deceived the Ghanaian people. They have deceived the young boy, the young girl in the secondary school that believed that John Mahama has a set of solutions.
Okay, Kwabena, let me
about these problems.
Kwabena, let me chip in. Let me act as John Mahama's defense. Can inclusivity not be an idea that if I come, I'll get everybody on board? Can that not be an idea?
No, that's not how it happens. The purpose of voting, the purpose of going to the booth, you believe that that individual has the solutions to your problems. Nana, if you don't have solutions to the problems of your people, then you will be a chief.
No. What I'm saying is that it's coming together, not a solution, because we've done it individually.
It's coming together. You come together. The platform of ideas is during the campaigning period. That's why we come together. And there's a context of ideas.
Oh, that's
which ideas is favorable. You don't come to power. You don't come to the Jubilee House and start organizing. What's the purpose of the majority?
I'm losing you. Ojam, sorry, I was losing you. I really wanted to hear. But Kakito is in Teshi. Let me hear Kakito.
Yeah, Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Kakito alias correct the wrongs in the society for the people to be happy.
I beg, correct this wrong for me.
Okay, thank you very much. The gentleman who just spoke, what I want to say is that
why is my line dropping? Oh, Kakito. Why is everybody in a bad position today? Well, I mean, I think Kwabena has also thrown the spanner in the works. But is bringing consensus to not an idea? I can say, look, when I come, I'll do it all myself. Well, I say, look, when I come, I'll bring you guys all together so we do it. Can that not be an idea? I don't know. I mean, let's talk about it. Kakito is back. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Nana?
Yes, sir.
Like I was saying, I don't know what the gentleman meant by...
Kakito, is it my line or is it your line? But it keeps dropping. But yes, I mean, we are a developing nation. And obviously, the date you mark your independence is quite significant. I'm just saying that because we are so far back in development, instead of spending lots and lots of money celebrating a day of so many things which you lack, you'd rather save the money and put it in your healthcare, put it in your education. Nee is in Tema. Hello, Nee.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I think the solution is we have to plant a big signboard at Tetekwasi.
We have to plant
a big signboard.
Uh-huh.
And the people who are working, the number of Niyamadia we import, the people who are working to substitute the Niyamadia all have to be on the side. So when you get there, you know where the problem is. There you call Mahama, Niyamadia no, Shana Omung Yen Namuno. So if it doesn't, then you know it's not working. Fencing. Galamsey no, you say Prado. Galamsey no, Chamfani 80, and or so much. So if we don't have those things around that people can call and know what is going on, the thing will continue.
Live and visible KPIs. I get it. William is in Teshinungwa. Hello, William.
Yeah, hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Please, I was listening to the guy who was ranting all over from United States of America.
Yeah.
I don't know how united that state is now, where he is in. But we can all remember that during campaigns, Mahama told us everything that, hey, we will organize and re-look into some of the things.
Yes.
So if he's organizing a forum of like bringing people together so that they can brainstorm, is that guy, did he also listen? Or he's one of the guys who, after election, he also ran away, so he thinks he can just be there ranting to Ghanaians. We have grown out of that. It is not going to happen. John Mahama is a listening person who wants to say, hey, I don't have it all in my brain. Let's all come together. And he's even bringing people who are even perceived to be working with opposition, bringing them in. That is how human and how commonsensical this new president can be. Nana, so some of your callers, we need to educate them more. And now I'm ready. You call me anytime. I will help them. We will help them we will remind them that these are the promises for which we voted for the man. Because he told us, he made us aware that some of these things we will have to re-look into it. Re-looking into something means I don't have it all. I will gather the best of the best, or the best of brains. We will brainstorm on it and give you a solution.
Thank you very much, William. So we can chastise the man for that because you're already there. But I'm going to Community 22 because Ernest is there. Hello, Ernest.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Let me hear you.
Yeah, you're having a great show. God bless you.
Thank you.
The caller called earlier complaining about this government assembling people to deliberate on issues about our country. It's surprising how some people think. Why? Because we are all looking for the well-being of this country. And like the president said, no one person has all the knowledge in his or her head. And so therefore, there should be inclusivity. When we all come together as one, I bring my little idea, you bring yours. We look at the more feasible one. The one moves towards that one. I believe that if the previous government had this courage, had this humility to listen to Ghanaians when they were borrowing, when the president was flying around and people were complaining that it was going to hurt the economy. If they had listened to opinion leaders in the country, I believe that the young people would have suffered the amount of defeat they suffered the previous elections. So whoever he is, you see, we voted for the NDC not because they are the best, but we voted for them because as youth especially, because we want a system change. We believe that Mahama has that thing to make that thing happen. And the point is that some of us, I voted for the NDC not because I'm an NDC, but I'm watching everything they are doing. The Galamsey issues is still it's still creeping up. And we are all going to be speaking about it. We are not going to sit on the fence and be watching. And so I think that the NDC and this government are on course by assembling the best in the country to think for this country. So the president will urge him on more grease to his elbow. May he have the political will to be able to change this country. Thank you. Have a good show.
Thank you very much. And then Kwame is in Dansuman. Hello, Kwame. Hello, Kwame.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening and good evening to your listeners.
Thank you very much. Let me hear you.
Yes. I think that our elections as a country is over.
Mm-hmm.
And that as a country, we need to come together as one people.
Mm-hmm.
And from where I sit, I see a president that is telling us strategically that elections are over. Let's put NDC MPP behind us and let's together build a solid country. What happens in other countries that we can speak of? Just in this Africa, when you go to Rwanda, all the political parties have their representatives. Their institutions have people for all the political parties. What are they doing? They are building a country. They are not building one political party. From 1992, what did we see? We have seen the autocratic leadership in disguised manner called democracy. It hasn't brought us anything as a country. And we have seen people who comes and in the name of whatever one political party had brought our GDP to where we are now, had brought our debt level to where we are now, had brought hardship to we Ghanaians. So together, I think that let's put together a country and put politics, NDC MPP behind us. Because NDC MPP will lead us to more hardship, more fuel, more increment in our fuel, more hardship in our pocket. Because the economy of every country is in your pocket. And if NDC MPP will not better our pocket, together, let's come together. So putting the fine brains together and come out with a proper policy that would lead this country to where we want to go to, where the country we want to live for our generations and for the generations yet unborn. I think togetherness is the word.
Thank you very much. And I have Godson in Ajin Kotoku. Godson, are you there? Hello, and who am I talking to? Oh, Godson.
Yes, Nana.
Yes, sir. Let me hear you.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening. Good evening.
Nana, it saddens me that when we are talking about important matters, then people bring in politics. If John Mahama has deceived us, we voted for him. Wait for us to say that in the next election, when Nanado deceived us in what way he thought he was doing the right thing, we showed him that we were not appreciative of what he was doing. And we voted his party out. The same way, if the NDC did not fulfill what they have promised us, in 2028, we will show them the exit. It's that simple. We don't need anybody from somewhere to come and be ranting and telling us. We want to talk about cleanliness in our community. We want to talk about how we can clean our community and maintain sanitation. That is what we want to reason about this evening. Not whether somebody has deceived us or not. It's too early for us to even come to that point. So I think that my other listener who called in and made that comment, I don't know, but I felt he could have said something better than that one. On the other hand, Nana, this evening it had rained a little in my community, Ajim Kutuku.
Okay.
And as usual, the whole place is covered in water.
Wow. Because
there's no way for the water to pass. There's no passageway for the rainwater to pass or get into any gutter or any drain.
That could be a nice birthday present, just cleaning up.
So, Nana, the road is bad and then there's no gutter to anywhere. We are really, I don't know if I should say suffering, but it's not well with us.
I'm sure they're listening, but that could be a beautiful birthday present. Just construct drains and decent roads to drive on. But Eddie's in McCarthy Hill. Hello, Eddie.
Oh, hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to make a point. I think loyalty is an admirable virtue.
Yeah.
But blind loyalty is very dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy who came on earlier on, who was ranting about, he didn't know why Mahama was doing this. I think, we're in a crisis. And I think, it calls for every hand on the deck to resolve this problem. I mean, it's so narrow-minded for how some people see things in Ghana. It's just unfortunate. What is wrong with, gathering all the big, intellectuals to come and put their heads together and come up with something which will move the country forward? I mean, you're talking about, this partisan, it's so demoralizing and depressing, quite frankly. Anyway, I enjoy watching your program, listening to your program. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much too, but I'm going to drop on because Abu Mohammed is waiting for me. Hello, Abu.
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening, my brother.
Thank you very much. You see, this is what I keep on saying. Why can't all of us come together? We all want to, the welfare of this country. We want to paint this country blue. Why should we divide ourselves and go and vote for this and vote for that? So this is what I always wanted. Bring the good ones who are in the MPP and CPP, all of them. Bring all of us together. Then we build the country. Instead of every year, we waste money on posters, billboard, key holders, Mayafi and all that. So, to be honest, I'm very happy. For those who always want to take you on, they should stop that. All of us can do that. If you want to, speak small so that other callers also come in. But people will intentionally want to make the whole thing look very controversial and they waste the whole of the time. What is wrong with bringing people together so that we all be? You see, this is why politicians always take us for granted. We want to do the right thing because you don't like the person. Everything that the person does is wrong.
Abu Mohammed, thank you so much, and thanks for always listening and making your contribution. But Kakito is my last caller. Hello, my brother.
I've come.
Make things correct for me.
Yeah, the way I've struggled. Anyway, colleagues of mine has dealt with a gentleman from America. We beg him, like one colleague said, President Mahama put a message before the Ghanaian people, and they bought into the message, and they gave him the mandate. He is doing exactly that. Some of the things President Mahama is doing today, many people started agitation. We spoke against Elephantize government of 125 to 90. Today, in our life, it has reduced to 60. And in his State of Nation address, he told Ghanaians that future governments should cut it down further. He promised education dialogue. It's ongoing. He promised a constitutional review. It's ongoing. He promised an economic dialogue. It's ongoing. So, all the things he has promised the people of this country as a former president, he went and stayed in opposition for 8 years. He has learned his lessons. So he's doing things differently. The narrative now is different. And that is what is amazing, or that is what is dazing or intoxicating some people. They should exercise patience. He will leave a huge legacy. One appeal I'm making to President Mahama, that he should learn the Burkina Faso president example. The man came and saw a lot of Land Cruisers parked in the presidential pool. He has sent all those Land Cruisers to nurses and teachers in the hinterland and is driving in a model vehicle. If we say the people are suffering, we are going through hardship, I don't believe that spending $400,000 or $600,000 Land Cruiser to develop the is the way to go. I know President Mahama has not bought any vehicle in less than 2 months, but if those vehicles are parked in the presidential pool, Ghanaians are suffering too much, and appointees should not be driving in those vehicles in the sense of those hardships. God bless you.
To my brother, God bless you too. God bless you. And I want to say thank you very much to Mrs. Mercy Simon, UC, KC Simmons. No, this is Mercy Simpson. This is Mercy Simpson, Yossi, KC Simpson, and Uncle E Man. This is from your favorite Kofi Bentil, all inside West Hills Beach at Kokrobite. Thanks for tuning in every week. In the meantime, if you log on to Facebook, The Little Republic of Edumasa, Instagram, The Little Republic of Edumasa, you find out all the upcoming events. In the meantime, the most eloquent, the most intelligent, Lois is up here to give you your news bulletin. Ziggy and Co, the international producers, are in the back on the ones and twos. Kofi Hayford. And Kofi Hayford will be right after me. So don't you even touch that dial. As for me, next Monday I'll be back to do this all over again.